I too see that my time is up. Mr. Workman, I'll come back to you at the next opportunity, and I recognize Senator Blumenthal.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. As senior advisor to Secretary Collins, Mr. Bartrum, were you involved in the decision to fire 83,000 VA employees?
Was I involved in the decision to fire 82,000 employees? No.
Were you involved in the decision to change that number to 30,000?
No.
Have you been involved in any workforce decisions previously relating to health care?
I'm not involved in any of the HR decisions that come out of the HR side of
Are you
VHA.
alarmed by the numbers that I gave you as to the 1,720 registered nurses, nearly 600 physicians, frontline doctors, nurses, psychologists, police officers leaving as a result of the resignations, firings, hiring freezes, just so far?
So what I would say is that I'm not aware of any firings. There have been
Well, are you alarmed by those numbers?
But there are forced restructuring tools out there, but there's also numbers of people that change in the system. And in our system every year, we have about 40,000 people turnover in our system every year. So in a system where you have 470,000 people, I'm not alarmed by a shift of 500 or 700 or 7,500, because in systems as big, you have natural changeover. What I can say is that what I have seen in the VA is that our employees tend to stay longer, and we tend to recruit well. So,
Are you aware that the loss of those thousands of staff have an effect on VA healthcare? Those numbers are not business as usual. I gave you the numbers for the similar period under the Biden administration. Even at the beginning of this fiscal year, there were 40,000 vacancies. Wouldn't you say that VA healthcare is in jeopardy as a result of the numbers of employees already lost even before the 30,000 that are planned by the end of the year?
so what I'd also say is that what you may not have seen is that we've made changes to our system that have enhanced our ability to provide access and our ability to provide care.
So you're not alarmed?
So the expanding electronic scheduling system, which in the past, one person would schedule for the community care process, would schedule, and these are generally nurses, would schedule 5 to 7 patients a day. By expanding out the what's called the EPS, the electronic scheduling process, we're now doing 20 to 24 on average per scheduler. So it expands access and it
I'm going
expands
to
our
interrupt you
ability
because
for
my
nurses.
time is
Yes, sir.
limited, Mr. Bartrum.
Yep.
You're talking to me about maybe doing scheduling more efficiently. You're not talking about doctors, nurses, police, janitors. You and I talked. They're all part of the team. You've got to have a team. Are you, in your role as senior advisor, were you involved in the cancellation of contracts?
I was involved in review of contracts that the career officials would recommend for rescoping, descoping, or in some cases, cancellation.
What's the answer to that question? Yes or no?
Yes.
You were involved? Yes. Okay. Can you give me a number of contracts that have been canceled?
No, I can't give you a number of contracts that have been canceled, but what I can say is I can get back to you for the record. I know that we have.
Well, we've heard that again and again and again and again. You'll get back to us. We've heard it from nominees. We've heard it from the secretary. Information has been provided. It's incomplete. It's wrong. We're asking for basic transparency and disclosure here that we have a right to see, veterans have a right to see, the public has a right to see. Let me ask you, do you have information about the wait times for community care? When veterans choose that option, do you have data about the wait times for community care?
Yes, I do have some information. I'm not locating my page on that, sir, if I find it, but I can get back to you. But what I can say is that in our wait times, we have seen improvements in certain areas of wait times.
Well, that's one, you know, we've asked for this data repeatedly. I'm not surprised you can't find it in your notebook there, or maybe I should say, if you found it, it should have been provided to us long before now because we've requested it repeatedly. So you can get back to me if you'd like. I welcome your willingness to do so. But again, the reason why we have, in effect, asked for the regular order on these nominees is this kind of data simply hasn't been provided. My time has expired, Mr. Chairman. I hope that we'll have time for additional questions.
Senator Tuberville.